Hey guys, before this video gets started, I want to say another thanks to Robert's Political Channel for giving me this theme, and that I'm going to be doing my Chelsea Clinton versus Donald Trump election night tomorrow instead of today, or possibly later today. I may upload 3 times today, but so today is going to be the candidates Jon Ossoff versus Karen Handel in a 2024 general election. So let's get right into this video. Good evening. Welcome to Election Night 2024. Tonight we have Karen Handel, the Georgia 6th representative from the state of Georgia, and Jon Ossoff, who opposed Karen Handel in the famous 2017 special election, and tonight they face off for the presidency of the United States. Let's go through the media predictions for this race. Fox News gives Karen Handel 379 electoral votes to Jon Ossoff's 159. CNN News gives Jon Ossoff 230 to Karen Handel's 308, the exact electoral map of Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. ABC News gives Jon Ossoff 207 electoral votes and Karen Handel 331. And MSNBC News gives Jon Ossoff a small victory with 272 electoral votes to Karen Handel's 266. It is now time for the 7 p.m. poll closings. We apologize to our viewers that the states on the map do not correspond with the 2024 electoral votes. We are using the 2020 electoral map due to the fact that the 2024 electoral map had some issues. Out of the state of Vermont, Jon Ossoff is the projected winner of their 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of Kentucky, Karen Handel, the projected winner, 8 electoral votes. Now out of the state of Indiana, former Vice President Mike Pence's home state, 11 electoral votes. South Carolina, 9 electoral votes projected to go to Karen Handel. And the state of Virginia is too close to call, 13 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff is leading. Out of the state of Georgia, it is too close to call, both Jon Ossoff and Karen Handel's home state. Jon Ossoff is in the lead, 16 electoral votes. And the electoral map is on your screen now, 3 electoral votes for Jon Ossoff and 28 for Representative Handel. It is now time for the 7:30 p.m. poll closings. Out of the state of West Virginia, Karen Handel is the projected winner, 4 electoral votes. Out of the state of Ohio, it is too close to call, Jon Ossoff is in the lead. And out of the state of North Carolina, Karen Handel is leading, 16 electoral votes. And the electoral map is on your screen now, 3 for Jon Ossoff and 32 for Karen Handel. It is now time for the 8 p.m. poll closings, the biggest batch of poll closings tonight. All the states in yellow, their polls have closed. Out of the state of Missouri, 10 electoral votes projected to go to Karen Handel. Huge wins for Karen Handel. Out of the state of Oklahoma, 7 electoral votes. She wins Alabama with their 8 electoral votes. Another state, Tennessee, 11 electoral votes. Karen Handel, no surprise here, out of the state of Mississippi, 6 electoral votes. Now for Jon Ossoff, he wins the state of Illinois as the second Democratic victory of tonight, 18 electoral votes. Out of the most Democratic state in the Union, Maryland, 10 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Jon Ossoff will carry Delaware's 3 electoral votes, and New Jersey's 14 electoral votes. Out of the state of Connecticut, 7 electoral votes, Jon Ossoff the winner. Rhode Island, 3 electoral votes, goes to Jon Ossoff. Out of the state of Massachusetts, the second most Democratic state in the Union, Jon Ossoff the projected winner. Out of the District of Columbia, there was no surprise here. The most liberal part of the United States, projected to go to Jon Ossoff. And out of the state of Florida, it is too close to call. Jon Ossoff is in the lead by a slim margin. Out of the state of Maine, too close to call. Karen Handel is currently leading in Maine's at-large and 2nd congressional district. Out of the state of New Hampshire, Jon Ossoff is in the lead, 4 electoral votes, too close to call. Out of the state of Pennsylvania, too close to call, 19 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff is leading. And the electoral map is on your screen now, 72 for Jon Ossoff and 74 for Karen Handel. It is now time for the 8:30 p.m. poll closings from the sole state of Arkansas, and that state will go to Karen Handel, 6 electoral votes. And a small change on the electoral map, 72 for Jon Ossoff and 80 for Karen Handel. It is now time for the 9 p.m. poll closings. All the states in yellow, their polls have closed. Out of the state of Louisiana, 8 electoral votes projected to go to Karen Handel, no surprise here. Out of the state of Kansas, we're hitting the red wall now, 6 electoral votes, Handel is the winner. Handel will carry the state of Nebraska, all 5 of their electoral votes. South Dakota will go to Karen Handel, and so will North Dakota, another 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of Wyoming, 3 electoral votes projected to go to Karen Handel. Out of the state of New York, 28 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Out of the state of Virginia, 13 electoral votes, a 7 p.m. poll closing call. Jon Ossoff the projected winner by 2%. Out of the state of New Mexico, 5 electoral votes, huge Latino population here. Jon Ossoff the projected winner. Out of the state of Colorado, another huge population for Latinos in the state. Jon Ossoff the projected winner, 10 electoral votes. Now out of the state of Minnesota, 9 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. And the state of Texas is too close to call, 42 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff is leading. Out of the state of Michigan, it is too close to call. Jon Ossoff is in the lead. Out of the state of Wisconsin, it is an exact tie, 10 electoral votes, too close to call. Out of the state of Arizona, Karen Handel is in the lead, 12 electoral votes. And the electoral map is on your screen now, 124 electoral votes for Jon Ossoff and 108 for Karen Handel. We apologize to our viewers that Wisconsin and Michigan are not filled in with their corresponding colors. However, their polls have closed already, and we will have projections in the future. It is now 9:13 p.m. Eastern Time, and stand by for 2 major projections. Out of the state of Maine, all 4 of its electoral votes are now projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Jon Ossoff will carry New Hampshire's 4 electoral votes. And let's see where that puts him on the electoral map. 145 electoral votes for Jon Ossoff to 108 for Karen Handel. It is now time for the 10 p.m. poll closings. Montana, Iowa, Utah, and Nevada. Out of the state of Montana, Karen Handel is the projected winner, 3 electoral votes. Out of the state of Utah, 6 electoral votes goes in the Handel column tonight. Out of the state of Nevada, it's too close to call. Jon Ossoff is leading, 6 electoral votes. Another 6 out of the state of Iowa. Karen Handel is leading. The state is too close to call. And the electoral map is on your screen now. 145 electoral votes for Jon Ossoff and 117 for Karen Handel. It is now 11 p.m. Eastern Time, and stand by for some major projections. Out of the state of California, the biggest prize in the union, 55 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Oregon, 7 electoral votes will go to Jon Ossoff. Jon Ossoff will carry Washington's 12 electoral votes. Sorry, we made a mistake back there. Oregon has 8 electoral votes, not 7. Hawaii has 4 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Out of the state of Wisconsin, a flip from 2020 and 2016, 10 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff, defying the odds here. Out of the state of Michigan, another flip from 2020. Jon Ossoff is the projected winner of their 15 electoral votes. Now out of the state of Idaho, one of the more conservative states in the union, 4 electoral votes goes to Karen Handel. Now out of the state of Iowa, 6 electoral votes. This is a Republican hold. Karen Handel is the projected winner. And the electoral map is on your screen now. 127 for Karen Handel to 249 for Jon Ossoff. It is now time for the 1 a.m. poll closings. Out of the state of Alaska, and the state of Alaska will go to Karen Handel, 3 electoral votes. And the electoral map is on your screen now. Not a big change. 249 electoral votes for Jon Ossoff, putting him 21 electoral votes away from becoming the next president, and 131 for Karen Handel. It is now 1:15 a.m. Eastern Time, and stand by for 3 major projections. This is the big one. Out of the state of Nevada, 6 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. Out of the state of Florida, 31 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff defying the odds here, the projected winner of the 31 electoral votes. And now out of the state of Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes. This state puts him over 270 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff will become the next president of the United States. Jon Ossoff will go on to be elected the 46th president of the United States by our calls. 538 electoral votes in the country in total. Jon Ossoff has surpassed the halfway mark of 270. He will become the next president of the United States. He currently has 305 electoral votes to Karen Handel's 124. It is now 4:40 a.m. Eastern Time, and stand by for 4 major projections. Out of the state of Arizona, Karen Handel is the projected winner, 12 electoral votes. Now out of the state of Texas, 42 electoral votes will go to Karen Handel by a margin of less than 1/100th of a percentage point. And the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes. Jon Ossoff is the projected winner. The Handel campaign said they will not call for a recount in the state of Georgia, and the Ossoff campaign has said they would not call for a recount in the state of Texas. Now out of the state of North Carolina, 16 electoral votes projected to go to Jon Ossoff. And the electoral map is on your screen now. 337 for Jon Ossoff and 184 for Karen Handel. It is now 5:55 a.m. Eastern Time, and stand by for the final projection out of the state of Ohio. And the state of Ohio will go to Jon Ossoff, a huge flip from 2020, 17 electoral votes. And the electoral map is on your screen now. The final electoral map, 270 needed to win. Jon Ossoff well past that margin. 354 for Jon Ossoff and 184 for Karen Handel. Here are my social media pages if you wanted to see my Twitter to get updates on my videos, at LTE Updates, and my Patreon is patreon.com/LTE. Ignore the upcoming. This one was meant for my Chelsea Clinton versus Trump video. Upcoming is Chelsea Clinton versus Donald Trump in a 2020 election. And if you want to see my previous video, watch my most popular election night on the right, watch my recent election night on the left, and subscribe in the middle. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.